And then Jay, this is a man that cleaned up his act. You know, you can't pull what a man was versus what a man is. Jay, right, you know, upstanding citizen, married to his wife. He'd been, like, you know, I guess after he got kicked in the nuts by his Beyonce's sister, he was an upstanding man. And even then, we don't know what that was about. He might have spilled wine on her dress.
Big Boy's Neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the neighborhood. Marlon Wayans in the neighborhood, man.
What's happening? I'm back.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to the neighborhood, bro.
Thank you, man. I don't know why you keep having me here. At some point, you got to just go, no, Marlon.
No. Not at all, bro.
I appreciate you. You're looking great.
Thank you, brother.
I don't know what's happening.
Right.
I don't know what white people you've met
to
give you these secrets about forever eternal life. But you don't look like the average black man. What happened to all the pork and the
I still eat some pork.
No, you do not.
Yeah.
You won't even look at pork.
I'm just different a little bit. I'm see what's going on now. And when you say the white man,
this is clear. Look, you ain't had a drink.
Man, I don't drink.
That's crazy. You don't drink.
I don't drink and I don't smoke.
You don't.
Nah.
No cigars, nothing?
I don't smoke cigars.
You got a boring life. No wonder why you look great.
Nothing. You know what I mean? But you got to think, man. But you got to think. I was over 500 pounds.
You sure was.
So anybody,
you did it all.
Hey, man, do you ever remember when y'all wanted me to do the D'Angelo video over?
Yeah.
D'Angelo has a video that how does it? And where he's naked. And the Wayans family hit me up with like, big, and I'm thinking like, the Wayans calling me. Like, bro, I got some work. Because, you know, y'all got a franchise. And they was like, yeah, we want to redo the D'Angelo video.
How does it feel?
How does it feel?
And you turned us down. It was going to be for the MTV Movie Award, MTV Awards in 2000. And you turned that down.
You know what it was?
Picture you greased up.
Yeah. And if you guys see the video, it's like he's just there naked and it's like his torso. And,
And you know, there is no way to describe it where you don't sound like sus.
Right. We got to be careful now with all this sus stuff that goes on.
But you know his abs. But you know, when he didn't have like 4, he had like 8. And then it was like he had this little supple part of his back. And you know he got that mahogany skin color.
Hey, man, I got to be careful now. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Everything is sus now.
Hey, here's the thing.
Go ahead now.
It's sus when you say sus now.
Yeah, and it's pause when you say pause.
It is pause when you say pause. They done reversed it. I don't know what to think no more. I just leave it all alone.
Hey, dude, yeah, when you say no pause, that's just like somebody like, oh, I don't mean to be racist. You're like, oh, you coming with something racist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely coming with something racist, man. You've been working hard, bro. You don't get no time off, huh?
None.
I heard that, and that's by design.
7 days a week, man. I haven't had a day off in 8 months.
Why? What are you getting? What are you going after?
I'm busy. I'm going after the greatest Marlon that I could create.
I heard that.
You know, I got a lot that I'm doing. You know, I was doing a movie, and even when I'm doing movies, I'm still doing the road on the weekend.
Yeah, man.
So I'm on the road every weekend. I'm getting ready to gear up to film my 6th comedy special. I'm about to promote him that comes out in September. Yeah. I'm writing the next Scary Movie with my brothers. So, you know, I'm all busy.
Hey, man, I do want to
I'll rest when I'm dead.
Yeah.
When I'm dead, everybody gonna just, don't be sad. Just like that Negro is finally sleeping.
Yeah, let on this. Hey, man, I never do the I'll rest when I rest in peace. I used to say that, and I'm like, nah, I don't think I want to say that anymore. I don't think I want to say that.
I'm gonna be jealous, honestly. I'm gonna haunt people because
when they still working, you still gonna be working and hunting people?
Yeah, because I have FOMO, and I'm gonna be so mad when I'm dead that everybody else is still living and enjoying life.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you to smoke cigars and cigarettes.
Hey, man, you going to be hanging out like, ooh. Hey, man, but no, when I say you working hard and you're on tour right now.
Yeah, I'm in L.A. all week. I was at Ontario, sold out 6 shows, the Improv over there. This weekend we at the Brea Improv all weekend long, 13th through 15th. And then next week, next week I'm in Baltimore at the Comedy Factory. And then on the 27th, through the 29th, I'm going to be in Oxnard at the Oxnard Levity Live.
Hey, man, does it get lonely being on? Who do you travel with, Marlon?
I travel with my nephew, DC Irvin.
Okay.
Sometimes Sidney Castillo.
So you have a team.
My boy
that you travel
Steve.
With.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be out there by myself.
It just seems lonely, like hotels. Like lonely.
It is lonely.
In my dark room.
So lonely.
Yeah.
It is. Lonely. But I like it. Sometimes I like it. Those are the only days I get to sleep. You understand when you hear Everybody want to bother you. You're accessible. When I'm on the road, from the time I do my show, if I do like an after party or a cutting light for my cigar company, Ligo Tridente, shout out.
Hello.
I will literally go to the room and I will sleep from 3 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
You can do that?
Yes. That feels
But
amazing.
I think you run so much that you could. I don't even think it's sleep. I think it's just like turn off.
It's death.
Yeah,
I semi-die.
Yeah, man. That's when the like the cleaning lady come in,
You
put the
have no
mirror under your
idea.
nose. Like, no, he's still here. He's still here. Like, man.
Yeah, man. But and I used to have trouble sleeping, and I found this. It's online. I heard something about
please
some
help me.
frequencies, and there's a frequency playlist. And you play these frequencies, and it's just like sounds like, bro.
The sounds are like what?
Depending on your
you
frequency.
would think you got so much money, you could just hire somebody to be in your ear like.
I'd be like, hey, shh, quiet.
But no,
You're
does that
bothering
work
me.
for you? Because I have problems sleeping.
You're 1 megahertz off.
So, but it worked for you?
Yeah, man. That and this other stuff that I swear by. First, make sure you get the frequencies.
Okay.
I'll send you the Spotify playlist that I
Please
listen to.
bro.
Listen, you don't want to wake up. And it makes you do different things. Like if you want happiness, it's like. They got one for horny when you want.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Baby, get in the room. Veronica, get in the room real quick. My frequency changed. My frequency has changed. And what's the other thing?
REM Sleep. It's all natural.
Okay.
It comes in a packet. It's made by it's called REM Sleep. Google it for me. I want to get the right thing. REM Sleep.
I love how you put Ani to work. Google it right now.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, I don't because I want to make sure what's
Yeah, because I have problems sleeping, bro.
who makes it REM Sleep REM Sleep product.
That's that losing my religion, right?
No,
Is that them? Is that them? That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight.
All right, Healthy Cell,
All right.
REM Sleep, liquid gel. This it right here, man. I'm telling you, this stuff right here
Okay, remember you said it.
relaxes you, and then the sleep stuff that we is using with Gary Brecka.
I heard that.
But I make sure you have your vitamins. And I wake up every morning. I go on my walk. I do a half-hour walk. I go get me a green juice. I go get me a beet, a ginger, and turmeric shot. And I have me a maca, ashwagandha, lion's mane shot.
And then you start.
That's what starts my day, and a coffee.
I heard that.
And
then
yes,
that's what
I blow a bathroom down.
as you should.
I
brother.
go to all 6 of my bathrooms and drop a hot one.
Oh,
Bang, bang, bang,
man.
bang. Boom, boom.
Hey, man, that was a hard-working brag right there. My man said I go to all 6 of my bathrooms. Hey, man, so Scary Movie is back. I know we've had this conversation many a times.
Yeah.
Is Scary Movie back in the hands of the Wayans family, bro?
Yeah.
That's beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
we doing
because I know we have been talking about it, and that's one of those. Hey, dude, just right now when you drunk that bottle of water, you know it reminded me of like was it Don't Be? It was something.
Oh, Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah, when you just drunk that right now.
Yeah,
40 ounce.
I could. Wait, what's that?
Yes.
Hey man, soon
When
as
you
you
went to
did
talk to the
that,
girl,
oh man,
I'm gonna do a sequel. We're gonna do a sequel to that. I'm gonna take we're gonna do all our movies, and we're gonna do sequels. People need comedy.
Yeah,
so
man.
I think shout out to I think it's great that in business that you could come back around and do the right kind of business and the opportunity to have the right kind of partnerships, because the way it was done the last time, it wasn't the right way. But regimes change. It's still the same company, but completely different, owned by somebody different, completely different CEO and person in charge. And we got a great working relationship, and we're gonna make a classic.
Hey man, what you guys doing greatness with Scary Movie? Was it hard watching the Scary Movie franchise? And I don't know if you watched it from beginning to end, but was it just as the franchise? Was it hard looking at that, knowing what you guys created?
Because you create this baby and you love it. It's like you creating your baby and you with your family, and then your wife cheat on you and take the baby, and now she get married to an abusive dude and he just beating the hell out your baby and just ain't
Not taking-
malnourished, ain't nothing you could do, and you want to kill him, but you can't because you don't want to go to jail. So sometimes you just gotta let life be life. And if that kid grows up to be a crackhead, you just go, you see the reason why he's on his knees doing that, it's your fault.
Right, but the kid came back.
Kid came back.
Yeah.
After
man.
the crack.
Right,
came
right,
back.
yeah.
And then I
And now
cleaned
he's
his
back
life
in a
up.
loving
He living
household.
with daddy. He got nutrition.
Yes.
He stopped doing things on his knees. He,
Yeah.
you know, he got a job.
Yeah, man.
You know.
So the kid is back.
Kid's back.
When do you think we'll see
we got
Scary
our
Movie? Are y'all writing now?
2026.
Ooh, hey man, you know what's crazy about when you say 2026, right? You already know that in 2026 you got something that's gonna pop. Like, do you find yourself always working a month, 6 months, a year in advance?
Big boy, I don't know. I just got my head down and I'm just working. I don't know. I don't plan it like
Right, but
oh,
you know
I'ma
you
do
got
this.
another comedy show coming as far as like routine. You
Well,
know
here's
what I'm
the
saying?
thing
A
with my
special.
stand-up, because I like to drop one every year,
Right.
every year and a half. I don't like to sit on material a long time. I don't need to hoard it. I like to tell my stories. I get bored of doing the same material.
Right.
I like doing new stuff. I like trying new things. So sometimes I just lie to myself sometimes up on stage or create something new. I don't like doing the same set over and over. I get bored. I'm an actor, a writer, a producer. You know, I've done so much in this industry. Like I don't need 4 years to create a great set. I need 4 months to create and I need about 2-3 months of practice. I do sitcoms, right? When you do a sitcom, you get a script on Monday, and by Thursday, you are filming live in front of an audience.
Right.
Why? And that's 47 pages, 43 pages. If I could do that, why can't I take and do an hour of material in 6 months? I don't need that long. I like to let it go and create something new.
Where do you work your comedy out at?
Right in front of the audience.
Right.
In front of, and not in town. I don't work in town because I don't want to take time
away
from other comedians that are really
Right.
hustling to try to make it. I don't want to bump nobody. Because I've been in the game since I was a kid, watching my brother Damon and Keenan and all those guys do it, you know, and I've grown up around comedians. So I know I don't like to bump people because I'm going to go on stage and spend an hour or two. I'd rather just go, you know what? I'm a book a weekend, right? That's why I stay on the road.
Gotcha. So you
people don't
working
even
out
know-
on the road
Yes,
under
people don't
Marlon
even
Wayans.
know that they're watching me write. Never mind the performance. I am on stage writing right in front of you. I don't even write my stand-up down no more. I have an idea of thoughts of what I want to do, and then I do my show. And while I'm doing the show, I'm like, oh,
Lock that in.
lock that in. That stays here. There's something in here that there's more mileage in here. Let me dig in on this next show and really try to bring that home. And then I gather 5 minutes at a time, and then I switch it up, shuffle the deck. What's my best closer? Now, what's the story? What am I really trying to say? What's the different voices? You know, I try to
So you creating and painting in front of
in
us.
my head, yeah.
And then at some point when you get to like the stand-up show or whatever, then you paint the whole picture and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, this is the work of art
Yeah.
that I've been working on.
Yeah, then
You know what's
like
wild?
2 months before, I start locking in. And I go, all right, this is the
This.
hour. And I always go, all right, I'm going to film a disciplined hour. I never do. Always, because I have so much fun on the night when I'm performing. I'm like, and as they're filming, I want to put it all out there and then chop. But this one, I'm going to be more disciplined. So I'm going to go shoot for an hour and 10, hour and 15.
Do you produce and
Not
direct
an
your
hour and
own
40.
your own hour like when you do like a show?
I produce them. I don't.
Right.
I can't direct
because you
it.
could be a producer's nightmare or a director's night. Because if you're saying you got to get down to an hour, but you're not shooting an hour.
No.
What
Well,
are you shooting?
I'm shooting an hour and 47.
Yeah.
I make people crazy.
Yeah.
But at least now, when I first did Wokish, right, I was cutting my laughs. So you understand, you gotta let it breathe.
Yeah.
I was cutting into the laughs because I wanted the home audience to get more jokes. So I was cutting down some of my laugh. I wasn't letting it breathe. And I filmed an hour and 47, and so there's places that's choppy. Now I've learned film close to an hour, and then I could lift this chunk. It's easier to lift this chunk than to cut little bits
Yeah.
and pieces of set.
So after all these years, you're still learning.
Oh yeah, every time.
Yeah, man. Ain't that the
Every
beauty
time.
of it too?
I feel like this special is going to be my most special. And I feel like each special, I get better. I get better as a performer. I get better as a storyteller. I sit in the pocket. I don't look better, but my point.
No, you look good, bro.
Everything can't be perfect.
Nah.
But I feel like I'm at that point where you start feeling confident about what you do. I know what I'm doing. It's not an accident. It's not a trick. That's why I like having the whole hour, because I'm going a whole hour and a half because I got a story to tell. It's hard for me to break it up and do 20 minutes. I don't know how you know how to do that. I'd rather just go freestyle or play, because there's different kind of sets that you got to create. You got your 20-minute set. I always go, I'm doing my hour, because I'm working toward a special. I'm not just working in a vacuum. I'm working toward a special. I'm going to get this done in this amount of time, and then I'm retiring that material the minute I do a special.
Yeah, man.
The next
That's
weekend,
done.
I go do a brand new hour.
That's what trips me out about you, and that's what tripped me out, Marlon, about comedians. Because when it comes to like R&B, or pick anyone, pick any rapper, any singer, you want the hits. Yeah. But with you and with comedians, it's like, man, I gotta dead that.
Where the new stuff at?
Yeah.
They don't want to hear your old stuff.
Right.
Unless you're putting a flip on something. You could call back to one of your specials that's classic.
Yeah.
But now, I like the fact that I gotta,
like, Kevin can go, all right. Yeah, and we know what it is.
Yeah,
but
he could get, you got about 2 or 3 times you could call that back.
Right.
And then it's like, all right. What's new now?
Yeah, shut up. Man,
all right, with all right.
Hey,
but he knows that, right? So that's why, and if you know that, like, we just stay productive. It's very hard to do an hour and then the next week go do a brand new hour. For me, I'm challenging myself as a writer, as a producer, as a creator to go, and I don't have no writers. This is everything's me. Everything I do in stand-up, just me.
Why?
Because I'm working a skill set.
And without throwing anybody under the bus, because there's no bus to throw anybody under. Because people say, but there's some of our top,
and that's okay.
And writers, contributors, people that they bounce off of, and I think you can close. I think you can fix this like this.
I don't do that.
Right.
I figured out myself. I start doing that around table with myself. Every now and then, like, I'll get a tag. Like, my nephew will give me a tag, or DC Irvin will give me a tag, or people I trust like Sidney Castillo and, Tony Baker, guys that I've come up with, Justin Hires will give me a tag or a suggestion. But when it comes to creating everything, I like to write my own stuff.
They don't come in like this.
Nope.
Right.
Nope. I ain't got no page. Nobody pitch me nothing. Tell me what's funny about my life.
Right.
I go, here's what I want to talk about. And I write from a whole different place than I used to. I used to write from what's funny. I don't write about what's funny. I go, what hurts me? What's
comedy from pain?
What's not funny? What's like the most not funny thing that I'm going through right now in my life? I'm going to do a special about that.
Yeah, because when you speak about family, even with Damon, when he would bring up like his club foot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That was like the original 8 Mile where I'm going to rap about it. I'm going to say it myself. So, yes. And do you find that therapeutic as well?
Oh, it's definitely
because you got to think, man, you've made us laugh in some of your craziest moments too. You know what I'm saying? Like
I healed myself doing Good Grief. Between my therapist, shout out Rodney Collins and Delano, I have two. Between my therapist, God, my family, but the stage.
Yep.
Doing that set and the audience. Shout out to every last single person that has come to see my show in the last 3 years, because what y'all witnessed was me go through hell.
Mm-hmm.
I've never that was the most rock bottomness place. I never dreamt in my life that I would ever feel that kind of discontent, that I would be that unhappy inside. And the audience, every night when I would go laugh, it's funny. I was more vulnerable on a stage than I was in therapy. In therapy, I don't cry. I just tell them every now and then I might get that frustrated I cry. But stage, when my parents died, there was nights I went on stage at what club was that? At the Flappers on the 5 minutes before my father died. I had 2 shows that night.
Yeah. And
I went on stage. I did my shows, got 2 standing ovations, and then I told the audience that, my dad just died. And they was like, what? And then I was just like, it was great because at that point, I had about a 40-minute set about my mother and dealing with the death and the grief of my mother. And so I was looking for another half hour to add on to that. And then my daddy died, and I said, good.
Right.
Now I have the special that I need.
Yeah.
The Lord work in mysterious ways.
God loves me again.
No, but good grief.
Right.
You know, and the audience, man, they know. Everybody that came to me, see my show afterwards, sometime when I do a meet and greet, you know, these ladies who hug me extra hard going, I know you need a hug. God told me to give this to you. You know, like, and some of them mama hugs, them church hugs, and they don't know it, whether they know it or not. They be like, you look really sad in your eyes. I'm like, that's because I'm really sad in my heart. But I still come on the stage to make y'all laugh because I'm trying to find my joy again. And through the journey of doing stand-up, I found my joy. I found my second half of life.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm just in a great place right now, bro.
You know, what's wild about that, Marlon, is when my mom passed on a Wednesday.
I'm sorry.
I was back at work on Friday. We had a live broadcast at Magic Mountain. I remember this very well. And it wasn't like it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, you know, this Ida Son tattoo, I got this before my mom passed. This is my tattoo. I'm a mama's boy.
What is Ida Son?
Ida is my mom.
Oh,
so I'm Ida's son.
I thought you would say Ida Son.
Ida's son.
I'm like, what?
Ida's son of this book.
Ida's son.
Nah, but with that, I
the
came
mom,
back.
Ida's son.
I came right back to work because this was a place that I felt like this is what brought me like either happiness. And I felt bad because my brothers and sisters didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I had this place where I could come to and just like, okay, I could be normal, I can laugh. And you know, that's an emotional roller coaster. It's a hell of a club to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand until you actually
But they don't
join.
understand that you too. What's great about the club is like we crack those dead mama jokes, those dead daddy jokes, and they make us feel good because you realize, hey, I could either cry or I can laugh.
Yeah.
Let me choose laughter. Yeah, this is the fact that my parents are gone and I'll never see them again. But what's fun about that? I got all these jokes I can talk about.
Have you had people to be like, come on, man.
You can't do that about your mama.
There's times I say something like, oh, come on, big. I'm like, hey, man, this mine.
Wait till your mama died. Then you understand.
I ain't saying nothing about yours. Hey, man, I was talking to the team in here, man, the neighborhood, and we were talking about how Kendrick Lamar, how Kendrick has the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we get into the Not Like Us and Drake and everything, but that's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When we look at Super Bowl halftime performances, any halftime performance you come with, if you're talking about Prince, Michael Jackson, if you're talking about The Weeknd, Rihanna, Beyonce, whatever it may be, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, that whole year. Now, it's crazy because I saw you talk about this on Shannon Sharp, but I've had this conversation with many people, and we've had it as well. The Super Bowl halftime special. Where did that idea come from?
That was, I believe it was Keenan.
Yes.
And
I remember
Keenan
this year.
And his manager at the time, I think it was Keenan, who was the producer on Living Color, and Eric Gold. And it was just, it was like the Super Bowl got this big audience, but the halftime shows at that time, they was doing marching bands.
Right.
And they were like,
there was no thing called a halftime show.
So
it was them talking about the game.
Yes.
And, you know, it wasn't a performance.
No, just the marching bands.
Yeah.
It was, maybe some
had
dances, some Laker girls doing some off-season stuff. But the reality was when they did it, they did it in Living Color for a live special at halftime. Yeah. And Living Color was the biggest show on TV.
And you got to think,
and
usually
the whole audience came to see in Living Color. Yep.
Halftime shows used to be, oh, it's halftime. I can go use the restroom. I go get me more beer. I can feel halftime was like your break between. Now the halftime show when in Living Color said, you know what? And if I'm not mistaken, we had to switch channels to see this halftime show that In Living Color was putting on. There was no halftime entertainment until In Living Color said, man, we're going to do skits. While the world is watching this, we're going to pop on over here on Fox and we're going to do this halftime show.
Yes.
And from there, the NFL said,
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, we won't have this no more.
Yeah, the NFL
Michael Jackson
was like, we are not giving this real estate up anymore. And that's when the halftime performances were created.
And it was followed up by Michael?
Huh?
It was followed up by Michael.
The next year was
I think it
Michael
was Mike.
Jackson. Yep.
Yeah, they came whatever it was.
Whatever it was, they started coming with it.
But it was definitely not existing.
No.
It was non-existent
No.
until In Living Color.
But it was only
said.
right. Like if you look at In Living Color, right, and because In Living Color really brought, I think it was an explosion in pop culture. I think it brought the culture to the TV. I don't think people understood or embraced our culture, not just black, but the urban culture, Latinos, to have that representation, right? That whole, it was this whole tidal wave to bring hip hop. You know, Saturday Night Live, they would have their rock stars and they would have hip hop artists on In Living Color. And then Arsenio would bring in artists on. And that's why we're so proud to see Kendrick Lamar and Dr. Dre and those guys now are the halftime show, because whether you're still a part of that contribution because we're all a part of the culture. My thing is one day, my biggest dream, I like to bring things full circle. So one day, I think if we're ever going to do an In Living Color reunion, I think it'd be dope to do it Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Bring everybody together.
Because everybody always talk about,
yes,
man, In Living Color, everybody need to come back. Keenan, Jim Carrey, everybody need to, like, that would be the one.
Well, I think that
Jamie Foxx,
I think
Tommy Davidson.
Avengers would unite for one big, colossal show. That'd be great.
That would be amazing, bro. And then I'll be on there doing.
I gotta go. I gotta sell this idea to Keenan.
Right. Hey man, now, how much were you watching the Drake and Kendrick beef?
Man, we was in the car.
Yeah.
We was in the car. We was on a road trip. He was like, yo, you hear the new one? And then 5 minutes later, no.
Yeah.
But he heard it. How'd he drop a new one? And as soon as they kept dropping back and forth, I was like, oh, and then they did Drake did the spy one, and then Kendrick did the therapy session. I was like, oh, no. I thought he was going to do a whole hour. I thought he was going to do a whole album on his daddy's mustache. I was like, he going there. Kendrick Dirty. He going there.
Man,
and it was
Dennis Graham.
It was a beautiful battle.
Yeah, man.
And I don't think either one should feel bad, right? I don't think Drake should feel bad.
Right.
What they did collectively for that entertainment, how we all felt, that was a Super Bowl halftime moment for me. To be a part of that whole week. That was one of the greatest weeks in hip hop. Now, there's always going to be a loser, right? But just because Tommy Hearns lost to Hagler,
right,
it doesn't mean that you're not
take
a
away
great
the legacy
boxer.
And right.
Sometimes in wars, you're going to lose. Sugar Ray Leonard, wonderful boxer. He got beat sometimes.
Yeah.
He got beat sometimes. Sometimes when you get beat, it brings out your best you. So take the lick. Come back strong. I honestly think Drake was handling it wasn't just Kendrick he was dealing with. He had 7 people to take care of. He had Drake, he had Future, he had Metro Boomin, and Metro Boomin.
Rick Ross.
Wait, the funny one was, I like how hip hop got funny. BBL, Drizzy,
yeah, man.
BBL, Drizzy, and then everybody, when they did the reggaeton, I was like, yo. But look how many people it took. This was like, he was Thanos, and all the Avengers was coming after him. I got to give Drake his credit for standing toe-to-toe like, nah, I got something for you. I got something for you. I got something. Kendrick just slipped through the cracks. Kendrick is just special and different. And
Kendrick's
hit
different.
him from an angle that it was like therapy.
Yeah.
He hit him in the soul.
Hey, dude,
you can't beat that.
And that Not Like Us, man. Not Like Us was just different. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think, Marlon, we've seen it all. We've seen LL Cannabis, LL Cool Mo D. We've seen, Jay-Z, Nas. We've seen Ice Cube, NWA. But we've never seen somebody get 5 Grammy nominations for a diss record. Not Like Us. And
was like the Ether, the Takeover, and Ice Cube's No Vaseline, all in one song.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just the song. You had everybody people that don't know how to crip walk were crip walking. You had Bloods crip walking there.
Hey, man. And you couldn't get away from it. You were like done the Olympics and it's
I'm from New York.
Yeah.
I'm from New York. I'm not even into the point. But man, I was crip walking there.
Yeah.
They not like us. I ain't know who I'm talking about, but whoever they are, they ain't like us.
Yeah, it was a hell of a movement, man. And now we see that it's going to be, Kendrick got Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick got Super Bowl on talent. That's what I want people to understand, too.
But I'm looking forward to this. I feel like, I think Kendrick is a wonderful artist, man. I think he's special. He's always been. You know what I mean? He got different flows and
oh my God, use his voice as an instrument.
Yeah, and some of that you got to pay, give that to Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne had all those different voices and you see the evolution of things that were started and how they've been applied to this generation. And I just think Kendrick just got this soul, but I'm not mad. I'm looking forward to see how Drake comes back. What kind of artist? How does it shift him as an artist to come back?
What's the pivot?
Right. Come back better. Come back more evolved. Come back, because I feel like just because you lost a fight don't mean you lost a war. Jay-Z lost the battle, but he didn't lose the war. He's still up there goating, right? So, he lost that battle to Nas. But then he was like, all right, let me make me better.
Right.
And that's what I'm looking forward to.
But we saw the
Drake.
come together of Nas and Jay-Z as well.
Yeah, I think you'll see Drake and Kendrick. You know what I mean? Drake don't have that, hate. He's a little mad right now in his feelings. I didn't like the suit thing. I thought that was
right. The lawsuit.
I'll sue you.
Yeah.
I'll sue you. I was like, all right. I wish I had his number. I'm like, hey. Maybe you could threaten to sue, but man, don't let the paperwork go through.
Hey, man, there is this thing that's called the Drake's Op list. And Drake didn't put it together. And that's what I tell people, man. But we had 50 in the neighborhood just recently, just yesterday. And we were talking about the Drake Op list. And I'm on
50
Drake.
Was here?
Yeah.
I knew this mic smelled funny.
Right. And that was the same mic. But yeah, I'm on the Drake Op list. So he's holding it up. And somebody, they took, now it's bigger. This thing been out since October.
What is the Op list?
This is the Op list right here about everybody that Drake should have a problem with. Now, this isn't from Drake.
Marlon Wayans, what?
Yeah. But you know what? That's from October. You probably may be on the newest version of the Op list.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's in alphabetical order. Do you see Big Boy right there? In alphabetical order, you see Big Boy?
It looked like you put your name there.
Nah. You see Big Boy?
I don't see no Big Boy. I see
Are you
Adidas, Bobby, Busta Rhymes,
right? Now,
Charlamagne the God.
Look over to Kurt Alexander. Look over to the K's. Do you see Kurt Alexander?
Wait,
That's
put
my
your government name,
bro.
Ooh, this real. Yeah. I'm about to say this is AI generated,
yeah, man.
But this is when they put your
say
government.
Kurt Alexander radio
They put
host.
your government. That's
yeah,
scary.
man. Brother of Charlene.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Ida's boy. Ida's son.
Hell yeah, they got Charlemagne on. They went with my government name, man, on the Op list.
Yeah,
But
I listen. Like I said, man, I honestly feel like. Look, they ganged up on him. You can only fight but so many people.
Who ganged up on him? Because I think that
at that time, think about Rick Ross. Think about.
But I think that Kendrick was like this. Kendrick was like this.
He was starting to fight with J. Cole. There was so much going on, and most of them was going at Drake. That's why I'm saying, and I'm not saying, look, clearly Kendrick won that.
Right.
But I gotta give credit to Drake for standing with all those, give me 50, get up 50 give me push-ups. What was that one? Drop and give me 50.
Oh yeah.
He was coming. He just kept coming, and he was just battling so many people. It felt like Thanos versus the Avengers, and eventually, Captain Iron Man saved the day.
Yeah. Hey man, I'll let you have that one. I'll let you.
But think about all the wars he did win, like that.
Right, yeah, 100%.
That Meek Mill one,
yeah.
I
think that's what he thought he was going to do to Kendrick when he did that back-to-back with Meek Mill. I thought that's what he felt like he was going to do with
Yes,
Kendrick.
and Kendrick was like, nah, we going back to 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 back.
Because the first couple, Kendrick was a little quiet, though. You remember that?
Yeah.
And even I was like, oh, what's going on here? And then, and I mean, we watched it from the outside.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
It was, to me, it was the therapy session. That's the one.
Yeah. And you weren't playing when you said they was dropping them 5 minutes behind each other. I
Wasn't
remember,
that crazy?
Literally,
that was like a boxing match. There was more punches thrown in there than that entire Jake Paul Tyson fight.
Yeah, man. Did you watch that?
You know what I said? That's when I knew I was old.
Right. Explain.
Because I felt like, in my head, Mike Tyson was going to kill this boy. Because I'm thinking... 22-year-old Mike Tyson with the Tyson fights that we went to.
Yeah, man. You talking about Mitch Green in front of Dapper Dan's in New York, and you like, oh man, dude, like he gonna kill him, man. One round, bro. Yeah.
When he came in the ring, and I seen that knee brace on him, that 50-year-old Negro.
Yeah, man. Wow.
I said, that's that old power forward.
Hey, man.
He had that Catino Mobley leg brace on. I said, he ain't had no back. Punch.
That's when you start changing your bets. Like, hold on. Hello, Louis. Take my $20,000 off. Take my $20,000 off. Hey, man, did you see the interview when he turned around? He was interviewing with his son, and then he turned around and he wasn't, and his ass was hanging out.
I was like, he ain't got all his scruples there.
Yeah,
something off. And then when he started biting the glove like a baby dog who didn't have no mama.
But
I said, what's going on?
But Tyson, he would bite his glove back in the day.
What's going on?
There's some people on conspiracy. They say he was biting his glove to hold his punch.
He was sucking on it like it was a pacifier. I said, Mike, I was like, and I said, I was like, I still believe in Mike. I've shook hands with Mike.
Yeah, man.
His hands feels like bricks.
Yeah.
Like the thing. Like this man is made out of rock.
Yeah.
He's a rock creature. And I just didn't. It had to be paid off, but I don't know. But I will sit there and go, I walked away from that fight still loving Mike.
Yeah, 100%.
This was my resolution. Hey, man, I'm just happy a black man made $20 million in 18 minutes.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, man.
And he had a family to feed,
Yeah, that's when you start grabbing things like, man, he didn't get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? He looked good.
At least he didn't die. He showed me at 52, what I could accomplish.
Yeah, man,
but
when you get 58. You know what I'm saying?
It made me go, I ain't never fight nobody in their 20s.
No.
Never. You got it.
Yeah.
You 50 and somebody 20, I don't care what they size is. You got it, young blood.
You know how people say you're going to fuck around and find out? That's when you're like, oh, yeah, hold on, man. Hell yeah. Because even with my daughter, right, when I was younger, I knew how to dance.
Yeah.
And my daughter's a dancer. In my head, I can dance.
Yeah.
And then when I'm going, I'm like, oh, well, no, this ain't it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this ain't it. Yeah, this
you
ain't
doing the 1-2 step.
Yeah, I'm like, this part ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you seen that thing where they have on TikTok where they ask people to skip? And people forgot how to skip. That's
really?
like me. Do you remember how to skip?
Yeah, I know how to
But
skip.
you know what? You different though.
I know how to skip.
Can you still do that whole fall back on your back thing?
Oh yeah.
Not as far back.
Right.
Not as far back. I could, you know what I mean? I get down there and I get a slight recline.
Right.
I like a car seat. It ain't like the lazy boy with all.
Okay,
I
so
do
it's
that.
different.
That I could still do the thing for more money.
Really
where
though?
I lift my leg
Do
like
it.
this. No, but it come real low. I used to
You gotta
bring
meet
it
your
up
leg
here.
down here
Now I can bring it right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Hey, hell yeah, it's good enough.
But now I ain't gonna go fight Mike Tyson or Jake Paul.
No,
because I could do that.
you know you're. Hey, dude, isn't it great that you can go and do like a scary movie, talk about a In Living Color for a Super Bowl in years to come?
Yeah.
Because your craft doesn't depend on you being that physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, my craft actually. I've learned not to be that physical.
But still
not
on
to
stage,
rely
bro.
on it. Yeah, when
But
I
still-
have to.
Right.
I could dip into it, but I never wanted to rely on that. I need to become a joke teller and a storyteller and sit in the pocket. Now I feel comfortable. I could literally sit on a stool and do my set as a storyteller and feel fine.
Right.
I don't need to get up and walk. I could literally sit there. But I like to be physical. I like the challenge of it.
You
know
can
what I mean?
tell.
Yeah.
What do you watch from Marlon Wayans from back in the days?
Nothing.
You don't watch the Wayans brothers or nothing?
Nothing.
Damn.
I don't want to be that guy that rests on his laurels.
Right.
I don't want to see what I
yourself.
was. I'm an evolving artist. What I was yesterday is not who I am today. I'm looking to the future. That's the Marlon I'm looking at. I ain't looking at the past Marlon. I don't even care about that.
Do you have people that walk up to you and they just start laughing or smiling?
Yes,
Because
and they tell me things I did, and I'm like, when did I do that?
Hey, dude, let me tell you.
The episode of Wayans Brothers when you told Keith Sweat and the lady Thea, and you said, "Mama, move your big old ass, girl."
Hey, bro, we got
I
him, though.
remember certain things.
Hey, man, you know what's mine? And when people say, "Oh man, not like us, stream this much, so on and so," what stream close for me is not like us. For me, is that when my love goes bang, bang, bang,
you better run for cover. You sweet little thing.
That right there. When my love, when my love goes bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, that was a great
hey,
episode.
Man, yeah, y'all got great memories.
Yeah.
With that too, man. But it's crazy because you got so much in the so-called, rearview mirror.
Yeah.
But you got a lot through the windshield, like
my best years
future-wise.
are ahead of me.
Yeah, man.
Everything I did in the past, y'all understand, I was working off instinct. I didn't have the skill set.
Right.
What you saw was early skill, right?
Damn.
So I didn't even have the tenure that I have now. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the business acumen that I have now. I have none of those things. I was just a funny dude. I wasn't even doing stand-up. I was just a funny, crazy. I was a good actor because I went to performing arts high school. But I was just, all that was instinct. Me and Sean didn't have time to develop for 20 years to become great artists, to have the chance like Damon and Keenan did. So by the time they got to In Living Color, they did 20 years on stages. They were ready and ripe and ready for it. Me and Sean came out of high school, 1 year of college, in Living Color. So we had to find our way. What you
had to learn there.
Yeah.
So your tuition into the School of Experience was like lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah. We had to grow in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we learned to dance in a frying pan. It wasn't like we had time to sit outside. No, me and Sean from day one. And over time, now I feel like these are our best years.
Was it hard to have a name like Wayans and being compared to greatness already? Because Keenan's great.
Absolutely.
Damon's great.
Yes.
And then here's the little brothers.
Yes. They're two untalented brothers is what they used to call me and Sean. Because you know what? At the time, we weren't seasoned. We were kids. I was 18, 19 years old. I was 18 when I did More Money. I was 20 when I created Wayans Brothers with Sean.
You were 20 when y'all created that?
20. But nobody looks and goes, hey, look at those young brothers created their own show at 20. Wow, they wrote Don't Be a Menace at 21. Scary Movie when they was like 27.
Man, I'm sorry. Don't be a menace as well. When Sean come in and he's all mad, do you remember this scene in Don't Be a Menace when he comes in and he's like,
all the kids out.
No, not that one. When he said, I'm here to pick up my son.
Oh, no, that was Dance Flick.
What was it?
Dance Flick.
Dance Flick, yes.
That movie's underrated.
Hey, man, is Dance Flick, is that y'all movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my nephews.
My God,
Damien directed,
Dance Flick.
And my nephew Craig wrote and produced it.
Okay, because the knockout
movie was really funny.
The knockout is Don't Be a Menace.
Yes.
Okay, so Dan, what is it?
Dance Flick.
Yeah,
so I'm here to pick up my son.
Yeah, so he walks in and he says,
I'm here to pick up my son. And then he picks his son up, and he puts him back down, he goes, I'll come back next week to pick him up again.
Yeah. And then she say, he's such a good father. Hey, dude, y'all have, and you see how I'm running them together because of the greatness, bro?
Yeah.
Just greatness, man. And you say the greatest work is in the rear view.
Best work is ahead of us.
That work is in the rear view.
In the mountains
the best
ahead.
work is in the windshield.
Yeah, y'all about
through
to
the windshield.
The best, because now I have time on stage. Now I'm working on my 6th special. You know what I mean? It's not like my first. This is my 6th one. Each one gets better. I have this skill set as an actor, as a performer, as a writer, as a producer, and so it's all coming together. And I can't wait to to show y'all my next special. Can't wait till y'all see this movie Him that I'm in. I'll come back and talk about it.
Yes,
but
sir.
it's a psychological horror thriller set in the world of football, and it's a great movie. Jordan Peele produced, Monkey Paw. Justin Tipping, who's a great visionary, young visionary director, directed it. My co-star Tyreek Withers, and it's going to be a dope movie. And then I got a scary movie that we're writing, and we're going to bring, people need to laugh again. So we're going to bring those back.
Very much
laughs
so,
back
bro.
to theaters.
How often? And I gotta ask you, when you say people need to laugh again,
Yes.
man, the world is just crazy.
Yes.
If it's whatever you felt on the election, whatever you feel about TikTok being banned, whatever you feel about the healthcare system, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Just day to day, what it costs for gas, what it costs to live, and everybody's serious, bro, and everybody's negative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
there's
when
no
you say,
comedies on TV. There's no comedies in movies. Yo, people, we live in a society, it feels like they're trying to make people depressed.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make our country crazy, and we are losing the very fabric and joy of our country. The joy of our country is we live amongst each other. We are all foreigners. We are all different, and we used to make fun of each other. We used to laugh at each other like a melting pot. It wasn't like this toxic racism. It was like, you shut up, white boy. You shut your black ass up. Like, I grew up in New York City. Me and my friends, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, white, black, we all made fun of each other. We made fun of each other's races. We laughed about that. We had these 2 little people in our neighborhoods. This was back when you could call them midgets.
Right.
And boy, we used to snap with their little ass too.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy, man, because now do you have to go run things through your mental editor? No.
Depends on where I'm at.
Right.
But I'm not going to go crazy on your show. I'm respectful because you will not have me on again. I have all these times. I don't think I have a curse and did nothing out of pocket. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, you said it. You said a couple things.
I was young.
Hey, man,
I was young.
Hey, man,
and I didn't understand that y'all had, was selling toilet paper and soap. And I understand. I just thought, hey, 2 brothers talking, Hey, me and Ida's son just going at it.
But let me tell you the one thing, man. We've had a lot of conversations,
Yes,
right?
we have.
And at one point, we were talking about throwing our own, how we didn't get invited to the brunch.
Yeah.
We didn't get invited to the brunch.
We need to throw the RI brunch.
Hey, dude, and we were talking about, man, we didn't get invited to the Rockefeller. We
Thank
never
God
went.
we didn't, right?
Tell me about it, bro.
Thank God we didn't.
But you know what we said a whole lot?
Back in the day, I'd have been like, hey, brother, I got a bottle of baby oil. Let me in.
Yeah, hey, man, but you know what we did say on air? We were like, oh, we didn't get invited to the brunch, but we got invited to the Diddy parties.
Diddy party all the time. Diddy hit me. Hey, like that, Canto. That's a rock. I'm like, take that shot. Come have a good time. Shot.
Hey,
always.
man, but the Diddy party we were
You
talking
heard
about.
us. Take that shot.
Yeah.
That was not edited in there. That was not me in sexual position. Gonna take that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy about
Shot.
that though is that we hung our shit on like, oh man, we've been to, but we were talking about the 50th birthday party, like
I didn't go.
the BET award party. I never heard of.
But I did go. I've never seen it.
Yeah, same, bro.
I've been to probably 8 to 10 parties, classic parties, some of the best parties I ever been to, till 3:30 in the morning. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, man, you missed what happened after. You missed the after. Well, what time did it start? At 3:32. So you Negroes waited till I left.
See how God works?
Because they knew I would tell on them. I would tell them.
Yeah, that's
I would have told on. I'm like, Meek, look at you, man. If you don't put your ding away.
Hey, man, see, now this is when you get me in trouble.
Diddy, why you so greasy?
Hey, man, see, I never said anything wrong, right? I've never said anything wrong. I won't say anything here, Big.
Oh, that was. I should have ran that through.
Right. through the mental editor. Sorry. Yeah, but it's wild because I've been to.
I do
parties,
feel like this.
But had you ever heard Freak Off?
I heard FOs.
You heard?
But I used to hear rumblings. I never seen them.
Yeah, I never.
Like I said,
I never heard.
And what I'm not gonna do is, and I feel we live in a trash ass society.
Yeah, man.
We live around a lot of people that aren't perfect, family members or whatever that aren't perfect. Our friends do things that are not cool. And nowadays, somebody do something and people run and scatter like roaches.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was cool when you could party with people when they're on the top.
Right.
When they hit rock bottom, you ain't nowhere to be found. You sitting there kicking dirt on them. So I'm not gonna sit here. I love Puff. I'm gonna have my jokes. Did I like what I saw on the tape? No. As a man, I was disgusted. I want to pull that brother aside and be like, yo, let me holler at you. You need some therapy. You can't do that to yourself. You can't do that to women. You can't. I would have had a talk with him because that's the kind of friend I am. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and just throw dirt on people. I think you have to look at the bigger agenda. Now they going for Jay. At a point, as a black man, I'm going, so we taking down all of our kings?
Mm-hmm.
All of them. So none of their kings have ever done any kind of dirt. So they're still left in their royal places and their thrones and their castles, and all of ours we're going to go put in prison. Something deeper is going on.
Hey, dude, and that's the conversation.
You got to be aware. And I'm like, and then they come up for Jay, and I'm like, come on. Yeah, y'all digging stuff up. Man, he used to deal drugs. Okay. He said that in his
There's 10 albums about that. Do you think it's a bigger picture? Now, of course, you got to be responsible for whatever you're responsible for. You know what I'm saying? We're saying that.
But that's between God and you.
Right.
Everything Puff going through right now, he having a long talk with God. This is a much needed long talk, and that's between him and God. It's not on for me to have even an opinion about it, because I know his kids, and I'm like,
same.
Nobody has any kind of compassion for the daughters or the sons and what they going through as a family. I come from a family. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and even with that, I still, like I said, compassion and love for the women, because those things aren't cool. But God is the only judge, and he's sitting with God right now and having this conversation. So whatever God wants, and this is everything I go through, everything is God. Like, I went through a situation where my assistant stole money from me. I was like, cool. Whatever God wants, that's what God's going to do. I'm going to forgive you already in my heart. I forgave you, so I'm not toxic. Right. I've had my talk with God. Now, whatever happens with you, I'm still gonna press charges, of course.
Right? Yeah, of course. But, you know what I'm saying?
But I ain't pray that deep.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna handle some manly things on earth.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But whatever happens between you and God, it's between you and God. And it's like now I just
look
look
on press charges.
And I just
but
go.
Don't get me wrong.
Every king, and then Jay, this is a man that cleaned up his act. You can't pull what a man was versus what a man is. Jay, upstanding citizen, married to his wife. He'd been, I guess after he got kicked in the nuts by his Beyonce sister, was an upstanding man. And even then, we don't know what that was about. He might have spilled wine on her dress.
We don't know.
I would be mad. And it was a cream dress. I'd kick him in the shins, too.
There was no audio.
Right.
We don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. But even when you see the statement from Jay, he's like, my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you say family and things like that.
Yeah, you can't just throw stuff like that out there like that and you got these lawyers that got their own agendas, and this is like, whoa, let's all take a break here.
Right.
Because anybody can sue anybody for whatever reason.
Yep.
And the people that sue usually don't have no money. And the people that's defending themselves got to pay lawyer fees. I think if a person sues you and they lose, they got to pay. I don't care. You want to gamble like that, you got to pay. You got to pay them lawyer fees. Because it's messed up. I've been sued for telling a dude he looked like, what's the name of that dude?
Oh, was it a character from a cartoon?
Yes, from
Can you say it?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't want you back in court.
I want it. It was I said Cleveland. I said he sued me. I said because I took a picture of him. I was like, don't this N-word look like this N-word? And I took and put a picture up with him and Cleveland from the Cleveland show.
Yeah.
It was his doppelganger.
Right.
Looked just like him. The first 3 judges that looked at the case was like
Yeah,
You
man.
look just like him. Get out
And
of
he
here.
kept refiling.
Bro, this went all the way.
Look, do you? We could put it in post too, but
Tell me that ain't him.
right.
Like they drew him at
Hey,
Magic
man,
Mountain.
I love that you said. I was like, man, can we talk about this? You're like, no, I won.
Yeah, I won.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
But you know how much I paid?
How much?
$1 million in lawyer fees. Because he was trying to get me to settle out of court. And I was like, no, you are not going to. This is financial terrorism. You are not going to do that. I did not do nothing wrong to you. I gave you a bump. I gave you a credit. I gave you more money on the day when I referred to you. I called him that on screen. I said, Cleveland, help me out.
Right, y'all.
I gave you a bump. You went from a box lunch to sitting down with a catered meal. Like, and you gonna come sue me? It's like for racial discrimination. Called me the N-word. I can't call a Negro no more. So that's racism. This is what he's suing me. This is nonsense he's suing me for. This went all the way to the Supreme Court.
No.
I'm a law right now. So whenever you do something like this and they try to sue you for that, you can't. Because I am a law right now. Wayans versus whatever that dude's name is.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to be caught up.
Daniels.
I'm about to say something funny.
Wayans versus Daniels.
Damn.
Yep. Matter of fact, I'm going for that. He owe me $1 million. I'm going. Remind me. I got to get on these lawyers.
Damn.
I'm going to get that $1 million.
We're going to let you go get him, man.
Even if he give me $1 a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm coming for.
Like,
I want all
I
my money. I'm getting all my money.
judgment.
Yeah.
Man,
all that money.
Marlon, thank you for coming through
Thank
the
you for
neighborhood
having
once
me.
again, bro.
And all I want to say to people is, man, keep a little bit of space for forgiveness, for growth, and don't be so toxic.
And error, too,
Error. We are living in a place where we don't have no compassion for nobody, period. You got to have a hero's journey. You got to hope that people get better. You got to pray that people get better. And also leave some space to make fun of each other. Why everything gotta be so tight and so, so angry? And I miss when we used to snap on each other. That was fun.
Yeah, man.
Let's get back to roasting. Let's get back to having fun. Let's get back to, to laughter again, because I think that's what's missing from this society.
Appreciate you, Marlon.
Yes, sir.
Marlon Wayans in the neighborhood, y'all. Big Boy's neighborhood. Visit my friends at Carson Nissan and be sure to tell them your partner Big Boy sent you. Hello.